people are becoming more aware of the need to think a little bit deeper about themselves and their relationships.
Mm-hmm.
People are becoming more aware of how helpful it could be to work on their relationships,
Mm-hmm.
because it's constantly being thrown in their face and jammed down their throats that, this could be a problem, this could be a problem, this could be a problem. So while it's creating more anxiety, it's also creating more anxiety that's leading people to, and couples to, reflect more. So it's not all bad. But I do think I hope that the more access to this type of information will lead to people becoming more aware of how important it is to do this type of work. And so, I would hope the results of that would be people would have better relationships, but I don't know if that's a little too aspirational or idealistic. But I think that will change. I think couples therapy might become, I'm hoping, will become much more normalized. I mean, one thing I read in the book, and just in talking about therapy, is I was saying that, like, everybody should be assigned a Derek, who's my therapist, is that, like, I think that everybody should be assigned a therapist. Every couple should be assigned a therapist, a coach, a guru, a guide, a shaman, a yoga teacher, someone that makes them reflect and sit and think and breathe a little bit deeper. That, people approaching their relationships based on their gut instinct and these learned shitty values from their family is just not doing it. So I think people are hopefully becoming more aware of that, and those shifts will create, hopefully, shifts in making relationships more satisfying. I mean, also structurally, non-monogamy, monogamy, polyamory is likely to continue to increase, and things like that. I think gender diversity is great and will also be part of the story, as will how liberated and free-ish people are sexually, with a highlight on ish. But I think a lot is to change. But I think the important part of it is not how will it change, but the process of change and how that's happened over hundreds of years, and how that changes how we think about things, which is kind of a major point that I make in the book, is that context really shapes how we see and define our relationships. And context is defined by culture. And as culture changes, our relationships change. And so these things that we're seeing on Instagram and internalizing as absolute truths, morals, and this kind of evangelical wellness shit, it's really just based on changing cultural values. So it's something that I hope people realize, is that, when we're thinking about, well, how will they change? It's important to recognize that where we are now is going to change, and that that's even more reason to expand the way we think about things, and to be open and flexible to new perspectives, because change is coming and it's always come, and things have always changed. It's a piece of that kind of absolute truth that I think we kind of have to do away with, especially when it comes to relationships.